Pretty cool. Oh, good evening, everybody. What's going on? I'm gonna try to squeeze in another evening flight, so we're gonna see how that goes in the Boeing 757. So, alrighty, let's see here. Had to evit the youngin. Alright. So pretty much everything's set up. I'm sure most of you guys have seen or watch cockpit videos or something like that or whatever of one getting set up. Your flight management computer is pretty much the same as any Boeing flight management computer. I mean, commonality wise, pretty much the same. So you got the usual. Got your origin destination. Drop your departure in there. 9 left. Halo 2 departure. Then set your transition. Bam, you're done. So not a whole lot different. This aircraft's been out for quite some time. Flight Factor 757. I was gonna do something completely different. We're gonna go a completely different direction tonight. I was gonna try some DCS, and I got a little nostalgic, and I was like, man, I haven't flown that thing in a while. So that's kind of the reason why you're seeing this at the moment. We're not going to derate anything tonight. We're just gonna send it. So let's see. That's done. So yeah, APU's on. Got the APU on. Of course, you want to turn on your bleed. Open the isolation valve. Get some good air flowing in there. Get your packs on. All that fun stuff. Go ahead and get that on there. And we'll utilize our super duper tool here. Better push back and try to, I don't know how we want to pull this off. We might just do something like this. May do something like that, and yeah, I think that'll do nicely. Bam, we'll go ahead and call that slick. All right.
Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
So the plan for the day is it's going to make a run from Atlanta to Pensacola, Florida. Really no reason in particular. I just wanted to go to Pensacola tonight, but I don't know. All right, so everything's pretty much set. We'll go ahead and, of course, set up our hydraulics up here, which pretty much consist of getting both of those guys on there. You're setting our left and right pumps, engine-driven pumps. Go ahead and turn those on, so they'll go ahead and connect when you we fire up our engines. Packs are on, of course. We'll go ahead and turn on our window heat. Of course, this is a 757, so everything's old school. Fairly simple, straightforward, to the point. Not as complex as, like, the MD-80 we've been playing around with for the past several days, but a good blend of old and new, in my opinion. Good blend of old and new. So we'll pull all that. Field truck, we'll need all that. So yeah, right now we're sitting around 170,000 pounds, 100 fuel weight. We got about 19,000 in the tanks right now. 167 souls on board, and 8,000 pounds of freight. So already at all right, so everything's good there. Got good hydraulic pressure, and yeah, looks like we're ready to push. Go ahead and hit that anti-collision light. Fuel pumps on. Nothing in the center tank. We're gonna be running it dry. Temp looks good. A little chilly, but looks good. Cool. Cool. Alright, so I'm gonna start that pushback. Man, I love this. This beats the heck out of GSX.
Ground cockpit, tow is driving up.
It really does. Now, I mean, as far as, you know, all the, I mean, GSX is better than nothing, you know, I guess you could say, but just the whole immersion factor. You know, I just wish they'll add, you know, maybe I did another, you know, a few more varieties as far as like tugs are concerned, but I mean, it's free. I mean, can't really complain about free, can we? You know, so, alright, chase view, get a little idea what's going on here. Everything looks good. I'm getting doors open.
All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
I'll straighten up that wool for you there, Scooter. Kind of cool. I kind of just sit there and watch the magic happen. And yeah, like I said, really nothing. I mean, nothing real special or anything tonight. Just playing around with X-Plane. I was thinking about run Zebo.
Connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
I think everyone's heard the Zebo mod. Is that gonna release it? No, it's not gonna release it. We gotta get back in the flight deck here, and now we can release it. All right.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
But yeah, I was gonna run the Zebo mod, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. All right. So just turn off for left and right pack there. Make sure we got good bleed air pressure. ECAS display looks good, so we'll go ahead and spin that right engine. Make sure we're clear on the right, and we'll go ahead and start the right engine. Try to at least. And it's got to make sure you click it up to the run position because you have a little rich detent there. Alright, well, that's pretty good there. We'll go ahead and introduce a little fuel. Watch the AGT, and looks like it's lining out nicely. Cool. And wait for that generator to come online there. Generator just popped online. And all is well with that engine. Alright, so we're going to be clear on the left. And let's get there. Let's go ahead and open up that start valve for that left engine. And wait for that N2 to come up there. Got N2 coming up. And we're going to wait for about 20-ish, give or take. Alright, I got 20-ish right there. And crack that fuel open. Watch the EGT. And EGT's coming up. And looks like she's lying out right there. So if EGT shoots up, naturally you want to, you know, pull fuel, right? So
operation complete. Set parking brake.
Just pull your fuel and
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
try to motor that engine if you can, if you haven't blown anything up by then, but try to motor that engine and cool that EGT down before you try to start again. It's kind of a little handy tip there. Altitude disagree, we'll fix that here shortly. So, got both engines spinning. And left and right pack on. We'll go ahead and close the isolation valve. Don't need that anymore. And then is that bleed open there? I can't tell. Disconnect, we're good. Okay, yeah. Alright, so that bleed is open. APU is off, and yeah, pretty good. We're doing something pretty good. We'll work our pressurization panel down here. I think it's Hubbard. No, it's not New Orleans. I think it's around like 60
So
feet.
is disconnected and bypass pin has
60
been
feet or something like that, give
will
or
be on the
take.
right. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Have a great flight.
Thanks, sir. All right, so nose light on. And let's see if we can unfudge this. What is this? 30.18. Yeah, so we gotta go 30.18 on both sides. Which, you know, if flight factor, it's gonna be kind of nice if we can kind of sync both of those there. Since yeah. All right, go back to our FMC. What's our cruise looking like? We're just gonna straight up to cruise. Straight up to our cruise altitude. So won't be needing any. It's kind of weird. I don't know. It's kind of odd. For some reason. Alright, execute that. Let's see what we got going on here. See what tomfoolery we got going on here. Okay, so why can't we? Niner left. Sarge. Execute. Okay, let's zoom out here. Yeah, that's about right. So, no idea what you're talking about. Okay, so, let's see. Go ahead, close that guy there. Get her flap set. I think flaps 5 is what we're looking for. Find my rudder pedals down yonder. And yeah, no throttle necessary. We're just jumping to a nice jaunt. And set my lights up here in a minute. There we go. Dim those lights down a little bit. And yeah, so pretty much it as far as that goes. Like a so unlike the MD-80 that we've been spending quite a bit of time in. Those of you who hadn't seen the last video, you know, make sure you check that out. Really wasn't a whole lot going on. Just a flight from DF Dub to I'll crack it up a little bit. DF Dub to Memphis, and just talked about a few things or whatnot, and you know what made the MD-80 so awesome, and you know what led to its downfall, or I want to say downfall, but retirement. I mean, you know. But you know, a lot of the complaints that you know crews have had about the Mad Dog is, you know, depending on the phase of flight, seems a little bit underpowered, which is, well, more or less true, especially on the earlier versions of that Pratt & Whitney engine it ran. However, on the 757, which I believe this particular flavor is running the Pratt & Whitney engines, it doesn't have that problem. It's pretty sprightly, I guess you can say. It's never been known to slouch when it comes to performance. I mean, it may crash a 747, just by wake turbulence alone, but you're not going to have any problems in Denver with this thing, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. We'll get this girl lined up and get out of here. Let's see. Wonder if I should enable my track IR. See if I can do that real quick. Oh yeah, there. There it goes. All right, cool. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Tapping those brakes a little bit. Yeah, let's see if we can get her. Lined out there. Alright. Alright. Tap those brakes and get ourselves configured for takeoff. So let's see, we're gonna need that flight director, both sides. Auto throttle will be cool. I need that LNAV and VNAV armed for there. Flaps are set. Yep, flaps set. Let's see what our trim's looking like. Oh, it's like the only thing I don't like about the 757 is there's like 75 light switches. Let's see, alright. Alright, so bring it back to like 3-ish, give or take. Alright, looks pretty good. And zoom that in a little bit more. Alright. Alright, and auto brake, RTO. Weather radar, it's like, man, too worried about that. Let's see, landing lights, both sides. And anti-collision on. Alright, everything else looks good there. Alright, there we go. Horizontal's clear, and runway's clear. And we're going to assume or pretend we have clearance received. Excuse me. Okay, get her lined up there in that center line. Oops. Lined up there in that center line, and all right, cool. nibble on the brakes a little bit. Everything's together, and alright, go ahead and bring the power up there, let the engine stabilize, and go ahead and apply the rest of that takeoff power. Power set. Engine instruments and limits. Airspeed alive. 8 knots. B1. Rotate. 2. Buzz rate climb. Gear up. Alright, let's see here. Start retracting the flaps there. And flaps are up. Trigger nice and trimmed out. Okay. Come up with a little attitude. Alright. Make sure I put on the right there. Coming out of 7,000 feet. Nine 9,000 feet there. Alright, 10,000 feet, and go ahead and lower that attitude. I get it trimmed down a little bit. Holy smokes. Okay. this on to auto. Up. There we go. Alright, should be a looks like we're about lined out there. And of course, here we go, almost 4,000 foot per minute. Okay. Mine up to 26,000. Hey, what's going on, bud? Happy New Year to you, man. Alright, let's see. Coming up on flight level 180 there, so we'll go ahead and set that up for 29er and R2 and altimeter without being weird. Stop, stop, stop. Okay, we go. Up, no. There we go. Alright. And we're gonna do that both sides. So let's see if I can jump over here. I'll set this up on both sides. There we go. Alright, let's see. Coming through 1,000 feet. Or flight level 260. Yeah, I hadn't flown this thing in a while. Like I said, I was going to do 737, and I got to looking, and I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone has an idea of, you know, the Zibo 737, and I mean, I don't know, try to do something. Try to do something a little different, add a little variety. I mean, not negating the just awesomeness of that airplane, and why I've yet to figure out why this thing is still freeware, but thank goodness it is. Thank goodness, because man, I mean, I think we've all paid for worse, haven't we? So, but you know, I mean, going back to what I was saying earlier, I mean, just the nostalgia I have, you know, every time I get for this. I mean, I get every time I, you know, see this airplane on video or something like that. It's just awe-inspiring. I'm pretty sure we all have that aircraft that kind of hits that little spot for us. You know, so yeah, let's see, 24,000 feet. Yeah, I think this thing, you know, one thing I've never tried in this is the, okay, yeah, we're almost at 26,000 feet. Let's, out of curiosity. Descent checklist, we'll do that here shortly. Let's see, 110 miles ago, should eat that up here pretty quick. And let's see. I think the runway, let me turn this off real quick. I think the runway we're gonna be aiming for, I think it's 17, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's 17. Yeah, 17. So, double check and see if there's anything weird about this other than the fact that it's 7,000 feet, which it's not too bad. We shouldn't have much of an issue with that. As far as that's concerned. Yeah, should be good. Should be good. 88 miles to go, and if I need to do anything as far as on the ILS, yeah, we'll set that up here in a bit. Yeah, there's our top of descent right there. Yeah, this flight, like I said, it's supposed to be pretty quick. I wasn't going to be anything involved. I was hoping at some point we'd maybe perhaps see another regional on coming up. Maybe we could, you know, have a little more variety to take these 200-300 mile trips in. Of course, forgot what the 200 CRJ 200, which I don't think has been updated for 11.3 for X-Plane just yet, and the Saab, of course, hadn't been updated for 11.3 just yet. And we've got 2 Embraers, SSGs, and Flightcraft, well, yeah, I think it's Flightcraft. And yeah, we do have some I think a 145 and 135 on the way, which would be awesome. Really looking forward to that Embraer 145. I mean, like I said before, I think the mainline aircraft have been thoroughly covered. I mean, other than 7.3, because nowadays, well, you see what, like 737s, 737s, A320s, CRJ 700s, 900s, and that's pretty much it. And the A321 sprinkled hither and there, you know. I mean, no, it's not like the early days where you saw, you know, your Avro, a Fokker 100, a Fokker 70, Jetstream, Saabs, Dashes, CRJ 200s, 700s, 900s. I was kind of thinking about that earlier. Like we don't have as much variety as we used to. I mean, of course, for, you know, first aviation nerds, you know, it's kind of, I guess we take it a little more seriously than the average public, but damn, it's kind of weird, you know. I mean, and really, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I really haven't seen as many of the, like, Embraer 145s. You know, you see those a lot. I don't really see those anymore. You see like a lot of the 170s, or maybe I'm just speaking for the Dallas area. I don't know, but I think I am, because, you know, you go up further north, you start seeing maybe like what, Q400s, Q300s. You know, maybe a Saab for a local carrier. I think there's a carrier here in Dallas, I think, flying out of Dallas Love Field, that runs the Dornier 328. which we never see those hardly anymore. So that's pretty cool. So you have your little small little charter outfits running a, you know, larger variety, so to speak. You know, as you have newer aircraft kind of coming down the pipeline. I know Airbus just released their 220, and looking earlier, and I see Delta's flying the crap out of that thing already. I saw a flight from Atlanta to Jackson, Mississippi. They already got that thing on, so I'm sure those passengers are going to have an awesome ride going down there instead of being on a beat up, you know, CRJ 200 or something like that. Because I don't even really think they fly the MD-88s all that much. American and, of course, American and Delta. You know, American, you know, like I said, we've kind of touched on this last stream. You know, they're pretty much all but gone. The Mad Dog lineup is, and you know, Delta slowly but surely working their circulation as well. I think the MD-90 is, for some reason, they've already gotten rid of it. And but then again, you know, like I said, when you get new airplanes with Airbus A220, I mean, you just can't compete. I mean, I'm sorry. You know, it's as much as you don't want to admit it. You know, I mean, you can't compete, especially, you know, with, you know, the fuel efficiencies, you know, I mean, just, yeah. You know, airplanes like that, you know, they're just designed for just pure efficiency, and, you know, the jets of old just can't compete. You know, unless you run into a situation of, you know, surplus of parts, or, you know, extremely cheap to operate, which I can, you know, hold on, there we go. Okay. Which I can understand that, but I mean, I think I'd be trying to fend the herd as well. But, you know, then again, like I said, you know, still 757 still flying. For how long, I don't know, but 757 is still flying. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and this strikes a little bit of a nerve with me, but not really. I mean, it's not really kind of take personally, but it's just kind of, you know, you can't help but wonder the amount, you know, if the 757 has, I don't know, I guess you can kind of say, you know, being written off a little early. I mean, of course, they're not being retired as you know, as much as the MD-80 is as far as frequency is concerned, but you know, you're starting to see even you're starting to see even less and less of these flying, and I mean, performance-wise, I mean, when you look at some of the performance figures, you know, I don't know. Sometimes you just kind of wonder the direction Boeing is going. No pun intended. But sometimes just kind of, you can't help but wonder. You know, I mean, with maybe a panel update, which, you know, I think there was a, you know, flight deck update, but, you know, maybe a panel update, some new engines, you know, a few efficiency, you know, few things done here and there to improve efficiency. I mean, who's to say, you know, I'll put it to you this way. if Boeing put as much effort into iterations as McDonnell Douglas did the MD series, I think we'll see this thing for another 20 years. I mean, for the mission in which it was designed to do, it did it really well. And sometimes I feel that some airlines are trying to shoehorn the 737 into mission profiles that just simply wasn't designed for. I mean, of course, we can add, fuselage plugs all day long, make it longer, winglets, scimitar winglets, blended winglets, wherever you want to add. But, I find it really hard to believe that, even the Dash 900s matching the performance, the 737-2 or the Dash 3, I'm probably wrong. And then, like I said, there's a 737 MAX that's coming out. It's supposed to be the end all for, the 757 lineup, but then, some people are like, well, maybe it's just there to complement 757. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard to say, because you can't really say that it's there to complement the 757, since you got the 787 that's just, seems like they've gotten some of the serious issues lined out, and it's doing its thing. And you got the, of course, Airbus lineup. I mean, it's really difficult. I mean, it's like you can only have one or the other, not both. And I got a feeling the 757 is going to get the short end of the stick in that regard. So, but who knows? We'll see. I mean, I don't think, as far as, I don't think these are going to be just straight up scrapped. I'm not seeing that. Because FedEx, I think, still flying the snot out of them, and UPS is still flying the snot out of them. So, who knows? Who knows? But, as I said before, I think this era of, I think this chapter in commercial aviation is about to close, unfortunately. Then, of course, the 767, I kind of hate to say it, but it's like you never see that thing anymore. It's almost irrelevant. No, American, and I think American still runs a few of them. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I think they're still running them. Delta might be running a few. I don't know. I mean, the 787, I don't know. It's just hard to, I don't know. Alright, looks like we're hitting our top of descent there, so we're going to be moseying our way into Pensacola. At least that's the plan. Let's double check our flight plan here. And so some kind of I'm almost tempted. Yeah, we'll just go direct. We'll just do that. Let's go direct. Bam, yeah, we'll do that. And of course, we're going to be on the spoilers there, so. I'll be working the spoilers like a madman here shortly. But yeah, feel free to comment. I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, I mean, as far as me, I mean, I'm curious to see what, what tomorrow will bring, of course. I'm curious to see, I'm curious, really kind of curious to see how the flight crews, will respond. I haven't really dived into the 220 yet to actually see, all of its features and bells and whistles. But I mean, I'm not scared to venture to say that. I mean, I'm pretty sure to think just about, yeah. Automation wise, I mean, I will say I do like the new style flight deck. It looks amazing, but just and how does that affect us? How does that affect us as flight simmers? I mean, how are we to expect developers to even come close to matching some of the complexities that are being built into these airplanes nowadays? For under $100. I mean, how are we to, what I'm saying? I mean, how are we even expect that? We can't. I mean, it's just like, I know a lot of people, they complain about the quality wings for P3D, the 787 simulation for P3D. I mean, that's about as good as you're going to get. I mean, the thing's pretty complex, and, you start, in essence, when you think about you're trying to, I mean, the amount of computing power necessary to run those flight decks is pretty much going to be the same computer power it's going to be required to run the avionics in the back end of our sim. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Even with when Flight Factor did the A320 and the FS Labs did the A320 for X-Plane P3D, even that was a feat. And I mean, you can't really. I mean, you can't complain. With the $100 price tag for them. These old girls, yeah, I mean, which honestly, we haven't seen a 757 on as far as P3D is concerned. We haven't seen a 757 P3D in a long time. In a long time. Actually, I don't think we've ever seen. Oh no, what are they called? Captain Sim, I think. You're working on one, but I mean, who knows? Who the heck knows? Let's see here. Let me get to the weather. Alright, 3021. Oop, 3021 there. There we go. Well, kind of sort of. At some point, I'm going to come up. I'll try to set a key to adjust my altimeters. Alright, there we go. Coming out of 14,000 here. How far I can. Yeah, okay. Track IR is awesome. I mean, there's no doubt about it, but sometimes it can be a little, you know, can be a little extra, I guess you can say, because and 12,000 feet. Let's zoom in a little bit. I guess we'll see this thing run through the descent checklist, maybe? Auto perform. Landing data. Yeah, we'll do flaps 25. Alright, cool. Kick in a little spoiler to try to help out. And bring this up a little bit, and we can go ahead and... Alright, come on. There's the airport there, I believe. I'm pretty close there. Like I said, we're going to flaps 25 at 128 knots there. So, landing lights on. First pressurization panel set. Auto brake set. And let's see if we can finagle this real quick. There we go. Let's see, what's the let's free, let's see, 111 and 10. Approach course is 169, so roll up 169. 168, 169, 10. Yep, that's good. Okay, so yep. 129 there, not too bad there, not too bad at all. Okay. Alright, so we're down about 220-ish, give or take. I'm about to hit PENSI there. I want to try to be at PENSI at about $1.90. Of course, the 757 is known for being a slouch, so we might have to be prepared on with the speed brakes there. I don't even know if we'll be able to hit that. There we go. Okay, good. There we go. All right, good old out of Pensacola. Looks much better during the daytime, I'm sure. I'm sure. Alright, let's do this here. What I'm gonna go ahead and start shallowing our descent a little more. The reason being is I want to try to be as slow as possible when we try to make this almost 90-degree bloody turn. I want to try to be as slow as possible, and I might even add a touch of flaps here, and we're below 240, so add a little smidge of flaps. And I might even go flaps. Let's see here. No, you're not gonna give me that. You're not gonna give me that. We'll slow down a little more and see what she does for us. About 200 knots. Now we should be able to get flaps 5. I believe we're well below the limitation of flaps 5. Unless it's going to give me a speed brake alarm or something. But my speed brake is retracted, so it should be good. There we go. Alright. Okay. Looking pretty good so far. And of course we're getting, there we go, 1,000 to go. And tell you what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and throw in flaps 15 and hold it right there. And we'll go ahead and walk her back to $1.90. And in all actuality, what will probably happen is they'll probably vector you to enter this thing on a 45, and then what you do there, you just tap that localizer, better yet, tap the approach button there. What was going on? I was like, wait a minute, is my speed not? I want to get that slow. Alrighty here. So yeah, we're gonna try to enter in a little bit shallower, a little bit of a shallower intercept for our localizer. So once we pick up that localizer, we're not gonna be overshooting as much, trying to get lined up and take such a long time to get stabilized approach. Alright, I got the localizer alive there, and what you could do is bring this guy to your little approach display there. Looks like she's intercepting nice and easy like. Alright, looking pretty good there. And the plan is, see if we can get another checklist done. Form. Okay. Camera secured. Oh, it actually drops the landing gear. No, we don't want that. Not yet, at least. Not yet. Go back in there. Get back in there. Get back in there. Not yet. Not yet. Actually, here in a little bit. Like a couple seconds. Let's see. Let's go ahead and walk her down to 170. Got the glide slope alive. And start walking her back there to 170. Layer line out there. Glide slope has been intercepted, so we'll go ahead and walk that speed down, and now we can drop the gear. Now we can drop the gear. And we'll set that V-app around 130. And we'll go ahead and give us that flaps 20 right there. Lost the airport, must be going through a cloud or something like that, or visibility dropped or something. Yeah, supposed to drop. Alright, so go ahead and drop that flaps 25. Yeah, that's about right. And just give her a little bit to settle. Not too bad. Make sure. And now it's kind of tough to do, depending on how you're. Go ahead and turn these on here. Normally helps me out. Or if you can't see where they're at, just kind of throw on your floods. Make sure all those guys are on there. Nice and set up there. And let's see if we can disengage this autopilot here and can't see the disengage button. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. There we go. And of course, on landing there, you want to use your thrust for altitude and pitch for speed. Now I don't know if this is active sky. This might be active sky, but I do notice a little more bounce and approach from turbulence. I don't know. I think it's active sky because I had some gusty winds in Midway earlier and definitely ended up being a workout, that's for sure. Once you get this thing trimmed out, it's really not that bad. Stay on the glide slope there. Not too bad at least. Say that. And once you get a good power setting, and just stick to that power setting, and it kind of settles in. A little bit of a wind change here, so I'm gonna put in a little bit of a crab.
1,000.
Put that nose into the wind a little more. Dropping on the glide slope a little bit, so I'm at a little power, not much, just a little. Sometimes you're going to have to wait for it, especially on jets. They're not immediate. All right, see it dropping, so we're going to go ahead and get out of it a little bit and let her line out. All right, I'll start getting back into it there. Now you can kind of go visual, you know. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, start walking that power out of there.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay. The stress engaged. Trying to see where we need to turn. I'm just gonna go on a limb and say this one. I thought I saw the terminal area, but I think that's it. Alright, try to get cleaned up. course, on this airplane, you gotta come out a little wide on your turns. All that wagon she's dragging. Alright, let's see here. Make sure she gets all nice and cleaned up. Landing lights off there. Off that one. And try to do this and not. There we go. And pick the power up a little bit and get to a nice trot. Then of course while you're taxiing in, you can pull up your secondary status display, double check your brake temps, make sure you're not setting nothing on fire or anything like that. Brake should be, there we go. Let's see here. Try to crank on that. Fire up the APU. Let's see what it's looking like here. I mean, I'm assuming we can just throw her just any old where. I'm assuming. Then we got this, what is this? Iceland Air 75 over there. Can't really go over there. Then a freaking American 75 sitting over there. I think we got a little room next to it though. We'll try to hit it. Come on out kind of wide and just throw it in there. It's gonna be a little tight too, but alright. Yeah, alright. I don't think we have an auto gate on this one either, so that definitely be alright. Alright. Light in here. Make sure APU's on, and yes it is. We can go ahead and put those girls down there, turn this guy off, and heck, we'll go ahead and call it slick. Alright guys, man, appreciate you guys swinging by and hanging out with me for a bit, and yeah, I'm gonna jump off this thing and grab a bite to eat there, and hope you guys have a good rest of your evening, and we will see you later.